What's up everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at this video by Jubilee titled 6 Ivy League Students versus 1 Secret Dropout. What's going to happen? The mission today is to basically figure out, they're going to lay out seven students. All of them are going to be calling themselves Ivy League students, and it's our mission today to try to figure out which one is the dropout and which are the 6 other actual students. So anyways, let's jump into the video.
We brought together 7 Ivy League students.
I'm an Ivy League student.
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 1 is a college dropout. If the group discovers who the liar is, they'll split a cash prize. If the liar survives, they win the entire prize. Who is the odd one out?
What year are you guys?
Yeah, so I just graduated this May, so 21.
Okay, I'm a freshman at Harvard.
Senior class 22.
Freshman, Princeton.
I am a sophomore.
I'm a sophomore as well.
22. What's your guys' favorite restaurant at Brown?
My favorite is probably Hangs.
Pokeworks.
Okay. All right.
What's yours?
Mike's.
He asked like a superficial question about like the restaurants that the other Brown students liked. So maybe he was like from the Providence area and he just knows like what's good around the area to eat. What clubs are you guys like involved in?
Extracurriculars.
Brown Finance Club.
So I played football at Brown. So you get this letter after 4 years of a varsity sport at Brown. I don't know if it's the same at your schools, if you guys get like a letter.
I would not know.
I don't.
Honestly, finding out who's the dropout in these videos is kind of tough because, well, first of all, I think a lot of times what we do is we lump all students to be kind of like similar, and you could have like certain characteristics that are just like across the board for all students, but it's just not true. Like in university, you have people that are stuck up, you have people that are dumb, you have people that are smart, you have people that are like all kinds of different types of people. Same for the dropouts. So it's a little bit tricky, honestly. I want to say that the Ivy League students, especially if they're young, the fact that the school brand is very powerful, it might get to their heads and they might come off as a little bit arrogant. As of right now, I'm not seeing too much. We're only 1 minute in the video, but take a look at that. Keep an eye for that.
Sports, unfortunately. His story about being like an athlete and like being graduated kind of like worked out too perfectly.
I'm on the dance team at Harvard.
Student radio.
I'm in like Wildcats a cappella, and then we have like Princeton like rock ensemble.
I'm on the dance team Strictly Funk. We're actually doing a collab with Princeton's Body Hype, so that's exciting.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Yeah.
I have a few friends in Body Hype. She could have easily like looked up Princeton.com and like read like what is a dance team at Princeton and just like memorized it. I'm in a sorority, I'm a Theta, and I'm also in a philosophy magazine called The Gadfly.
Yeah, BFC, Brown Finance Club. And then Sig Chi, but we got kicked off.
Bro, it's okay, same.
Go Tigers.
I will say though, the guy on the right looks a little bit older, but I could be wrong.
Her outfit, it was very, very New York and Columbia. Almost too much so, right? Like right out of a Gossip Girl episode.
My psychic instincts were like telling me vote for her. Like something was just like, vote for her.
One thing I do want to say though, I don't know what the stats are exactly, but it's pretty clear that there's an overwhelming number of young men that are dropping out typically. Usually girls finish their university degree and everything. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So maybe the guys might have a higher propensity of dropping out. So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Samara was really carrying the conversation. She was like a little bit more outspoken, and I think that they saw me like maybe standing next to her just being like a little bit more quiet and a little bit more shy.
What are some things like currently going on at your school or something recent?
My homecoming is today, and we're playing against Penn.
Period.
Wait, did you guys go to the Harvard Brown game?
Well, I played in it the previous years.
Yeah.
The previous years,
Yeah.
Were you at the Harvard Brown game?
Yes, I
That's
was.
like a pretty like.
That was like my first game day.
Yeah, when Helen brought up the football game and stuff, which is kind of common knowledge, that's probably the easiest thing to bring up. If I was faking being an Ivy League student, I'd probably say I was a freshman just to cover up for things I might not know yet because I'm new to the school.
What's like a big like Columbia staple?
I feel like one thing that we all know is probably just like JJ's is really big, Mel's, they're obsessed with those two places, but I personally am not a big fan.
Of all the Ivy Leagues, I know the least about Columbia. So I'm not able to verify if anything she's saying is true. You know, when she said a restaurant, no one else in the group was like, oh yeah, like I know that place.
Obviously, Harvard has the John Harvard statue, and it's actually like the statue of 3 lies because it's not John Harvard. John Harvard did not found Harvard, and the date it was founded is wrong on the statue. Literally every freshman boy just like pees on the statue. And then none of the tourists know. Like I wake up every morning, I see tourists coming into the yard, and then everyone's touching on the foot. I'm like, you guys don't know what's been on the foot.
And I was just kind of like, that's something that like anyone could have learned from going to a tour.
Princeton, we just had lawn parties. We had A$AP Ferg come and like perform at our eating clubs. I know, I'm wearing our little.
The point that she made as well is also like, the thing is like there's some people like they go through their entire degree and they know nothing, like they know some stuff about the campus, but they don't participate socially or they don't really go out to restaurants or clubs or events that much. And so it's like, you can't even like, the point I'm trying to make is like some people, it almost seems like they haven't even gone to the school. All they do is like they come to class, they go home, do their homework, come back to class, and that's it, they peace out. While you have other guys that like just go and club, party all day, every day. You can be a dropout, party club at the same places all day, every day, and know more about the school than the guy that that has gone to the school throughout his entire period of at that university.
Little wristband, little lawn party wristband that we just had, so that was really fun.
I mean, we just had our heyday. So basically everyone comes around like hats and like canes and walks down Locust, and then like it's this thing to like bite a chunk out of like your like friend's hats.
Mike's calzones. Everyone gets calzones after they have a little too much to drink. Usually it's.
Not gonna lie though, the guy in the middle kind of sus. I mean, he kind of seems a little bit nervous. I don't know if it's because it's his first time being on a show, but
Like the go-to spot. It's like right on Thayer Street, which is like our main street down campus, which has just like all our restaurants and stuff.
He kept mentioning calzones and just like random food places, and I was like, either he must really like this calzone place or he just doesn't know that much about Brown.
Do you guys feel like you like fit your school's like stereotypical like student?
That's a great question.
And be honest.
Yeah. I feel like
up to this point right now, I think it's still pretty difficult, but it's either the guy in the middle or the Austin guy on the right. I don't know what it is about him. I just feel like there's a possibility that he's the type of guy that's like, I'm going to drop out of the school, I don't give a shit about it, and I'm going to go start my own business or invest in NFTs, finance, crypto, whatever it may be, and make money that way, and or do e-com and forget about this traditional route and 9 to 5. But I could be wrong.
every stereotypical Ivy League student is like very like elitist, stuck up. I don't think, you know, I feel like a lot of people don't really fit that stereotype.
I feel like there is people there. Don't count people out. There are people.
No, there for sure are.
Brown's pretty elitist.
Yeah.
Brown's like supposed to be like the chill Ivy, but Brown's also like really, really elitist, to be honest.
For me, I feel like I fit Columbia's like to an extent, like the individual who kind of like makes use of the city, but then at the same time our school is like full of a bunch of like elitist internationals, and I just do not wear Canada Goose every day.
Yeah, not the same Canada Goose jacket. The same one.
Same
They're
exact
just
one.
like,
Down to here.
I voted for Kylie because it seemed a little rehearsed.
Ooh. Austin,
I
yeah.
thought Austin was like a little bit off just because he didn't add too much to like his first answers in the previous round.
Yeah, actually, you know what? A good point about Austin too is that I don't really know him but from the brief 6 minutes that I've seen him, he kind of like shows a little bit of leadership skills in the sense that it's not very academic, like in the sense that like a lot of people that go to school, they just kind of follow the rules, follow the guidelines, don't get out of the box too much. And typically people that are either going in school and kind of like leaving it, dropping out, you could have two cases. You could either have guys that are just lazy, or you could have guys that are like, I don't want to be stuck in this box and have all my creativity destroyed. So let me preserve my leadership and creativity. And I feel like that's the type of personality that he's kind of like showing here.
Sorry, bro.
I felt betrayed. Absolutely betrayed. I think it's because I said Mike's twice and then Thayer Street and all that, so it kind of seemed like I only had like one thing to talk about.
New rule starting now. For every time all of you vote out someone that is not the mole,
the total prize money will be reduced. Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game.
But it's tough because, yeah, I just thought about it right now with the whole prize money thing. It's like the incentive of the person that is dropping out to basically perform in a certain way is pretty high because he gets all the money at the end. So, yeah, it's going to be tough, honestly.
That is majority.
So let's put our Ivy League brains together, y'all. So half the money is gone if we vote out the wrong person. TBH, I feel like we voted out the person, but also there was too many people here to vote to end the game then. At that point, it was just like game plan, like how am I gonna stay in the game and like split it by the end.
So what are your like COVID policies right now? Like, do you have things
We
going
test
on?
twice a week now. It used to be 3 times a week, now it's twice a week, and we have to do like a color swab test.
For us, we just have to get tested like twice a month.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah. Okay, this is kind of shocking, but like I thought Colombia was crazy, but we are not required to go at all. They just do like
in the city?
No, we're not.
The city's so dirty though. That's crazy.
One of them are making it up.
The game, okay? Can we like
100%.
forego this round?
What if we don't? Yeah. What if we don't vote?
Like if we're just like, okay, we want to end it now.
'Cause I'm not like sussed out by anything.
Can we vote for Cornell?
Yeah.
I just felt she could just be going to another school in New York because there's so many other schools in New York City. Kylie, I'm so sorry. I have to write a name down. Nothing personal.
Samara next to me wrote a lot, and so I thought she was writing down Blessing because his name is significantly longer. Like
He was pretty quiet too, so I don't know. It's kind of a little bit sus too.
Damn.
Oh.
Bye, girl.
Sorry. I was definitely like irritated.
Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game.
Why would you stop?
All right, we will end the game now.
God, if you did me dirty.
Please.
If the lights turn green, that means you have voted out the mole and you win. If the lights turn red, that means that the mole is still in the box and you lose.
Nice, congrats. Damn. Didn't expect that.
Will the fake Ivy League student please step forward and reveal yourself in 3, 2, 1.
What?
Oh my god.
No freaking way.
I know.
My roommate.
She was too quiet. She was too quiet.
What's your story?
At 19 years old, I dropped out of computer science at Purdue University. I booked a one-way ticket out to San Francisco, and I started a startup. I now run a marketing school.
I knew
where
it was
I help
that.
Other people get a job in the marketing world. It's completely free up front because we believe that regardless of where you go or what your background is, that shouldn't define your future opportunities.
That's so nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Good for you.
Girl boss.
Girl boss. Woman in STEM.
I was not suspecting her at all. I was thinking it was gonna be Austin.
I didn't do as well in high school, so it was a little, like I wouldn't have been accepted into an Ivy
Yeah, I
League.
didn't
But
expect
that
that either.
doesn't mean that you can't be successful throughout the rest of your life.
It's like I want to say that it doesn't really mean anything, but like considering the fact that I'm first gen, college education wise, and the fact that my parents are immigrants, like going to an Ivy means a lot to me.
I never thought I would get into Harvard. I got in when I was 16 and I was like overblown by this. If I could get in, I feel like anybody could just pursue their dreams and just shoot their shot because you never know what could happen.
That is
The issue a lot of times too is that people get caught up in like the credential elitism in the way that they look at Harvard not because, let's say, the education at Harvard is necessarily superior in certain fields, but just because of the branding. It has such a strong brand that they're like, oh, it must be the best place. And by the mere fact that I went there, I'm good to go. When they actually get on the job market or in business, let's say, where business, we don't really care about your credentials as much, except for partnerships and stuff like that. Free for all, wild, wild wests. You better be able to perform and back up your credentials. But people get too caught up in this surface level thing of like, oh, He went to Harvard, therefore he must be superior in the way he operates and performance-wise, which is completely BS. So
The end of the game, and we also want to thank all of you and give you all a gift.
Oh,
those are so cute.
so cute.
Let's go on campus.
Not some. Oh my god.
So good.
how much money did they win?
So good.
Wait, can we get a picture with our toes?
You guys did vote one person incorrectly, so I will take half.
No. Ready? 3, 2.
If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'm going to be doing a lot more reactions like this and full-scale analyses. But I'll see you all in the next show. Peace!